Hi everyone, just a quickie update. Today is cycle day, hang on, 26th May, counting from my early miscarriage. And I've been testing like a madwoman with OPKs. Poor hubby was not impressed. I bought a pack of 20 of the clear blue digis, and I also had, I think maybe 10 of the cheapy internet ones, at the start of the cycle, so that's 26 days ago, and I got to my last test, 2 days ago. So that's a lot of tests in not as many days. But after driving myself insane, I actually got my positive OPK on CD cycle day 24. And I know that's a bit late, but for me that's not drastic. That's before I was on the Clomid, I could get positive any day from CD 19, 18, 19 up to, I think the latest one I had was CD 27 once. So I was driving myself mad thinking I wasn't going to ovulate before having my first post miscarriage period, and I so don't want one, for lots of reasons. I think I might have gone into the video before and said, the fact it's going to be more painful, more heavy from everything I've read, and the fact that I don't want the reminder of going through that again. And in fact, I just have this need to be pregnant again as soon as possible. And that's something hubby actually shares. So I was probably testing 3, maybe 4 times a day with the OPKs, and kidding myself. I thought I could see a thin line on the cheapies and all this, and I never did get a line on those this cycle. I ran out of those a while ago, early last week, I think. And I took a test, because it says on the CB, Clear Blue Digitals, that you can take them any time of day, whereas with the internet cheapies, you're better off taking those in the afternoon. Definitely not first thing in the morning. But I did take one of the digis first thing in the morning, the same day. So today's Tuesday, and I'm talking about Sunday, and it was negative, so that empty circle came up that I hate. And I ejected the test, and I was looking at the lines, trying to convince myself they were getting darker. And I had one test left, and I'd had, for a day or so before, I'd started to get the egg white that we look for, should we say. And I was getting aches and pains, and I just had all the symptoms that I do usually get. I don't do temperature taking. I've given up with that. That was just one too many things to drive myself mad with before, so I stopped that and just stuck with the OPKs and knowing my own body, sort of thing. So I was driving myself mad thinking, well, I've got to be ovulating. I could not understand how every day I was taking, like say 3, maybe 4 of these tests, and they were all negative. It was really getting me down, because I couldn't understand why I was getting all these symptoms. I was terrified then that I wasn't going to ovulate at all. I'm just going to go straight into having, first AF, post miscarriage AF. No idea when it would be due, because because I'm so irregular anyway, I've only ever worked out when my periods are due going by my positive OPKs, because that's one thing that tends to be irregular with me, is I do tend to come on my period 14 days after the positive OPK. So, even for that, I thought I need to know that to work out when I'm due on. No idea. I've read things. Some people have said, their first cycle from miscarriage to AF is longer than normal, some it's shorter than normal. I've read everything, like you do, and I thought, but this cycle, if my positive OPK was cycle day 24, which was where are we today? What's the date today? The 8th today, the 6th of May. I think I worked out that I would be due AF around the 19th or 21st, something like that. Can't remember exactly what I worked out. So that's helpful anyway. Just means it's a long cycle. It means it's nearly 40 days again, 38, 40 days. And the second month I was on Clomid, I actually didn't get my positive OPK until cycle day 24 then either. So that was a long cycle. I think I had a 38-day cycle. So I suppose I'm due a 38-day cycle this month. With the Clomid, the first month we weren't able to try because hubby was ill, like I've said previous videos, but the first month I was taking Clomid at 50 milligrams from day 2 to day 6. I got my positive OPK that time on cycle day 14, which I was thrilled. The first month, that's ever happened. And I got my AF exactly on cycle day 28. Perfect average. Like they're meant to be cycle. Second month on Clomid, we were able to try a bit. I think we only tried a couple of times still around the positive. That's the month I didn't get a positive until cycle day 24, and I had a 38-day cycle that month. And then obviously last month, the third month on Clomid, I got positive OPK on cycle day 16, and I got my BFP that month, a faint line on a first response, early response, on, I think I was 12 days past ovulation. So it was 2 days before my period was due. And then I got positive on the the Clear Blue digital pregnancy test the day after. Actually, it's a month today since I got that first positive on the first response. So bit of a low one again. But I just know there are going to be dates like that all the way through this year and beyond. I mean, I've got things in my head like last Tuesday should have been my booking an appointment in the hospital. That was a horrible day to get through. Like I said, today it's a month since I found out I was pregnant. June the 6th would have been my 12-week scan. That would be another rough one, and my due date would have been 16th of December. So I'm dreading all these things. Be nice if I was pregnant again, healthy pregnancy before then. Who knows? I still haven't heard back from the hospital. I did write to them. I wrote to my fertility consultant to tell him what's happened, because obviously it's in my doctor's notes and everything, so he'll know at some point. But hubby was quite annoyed that I'd been just left on the Clomid and not monitored. I mean, I say not monitored, just literally the first month they did my day 21 progesterone level test, and because that was okay, that was 57.8 or something, I think. Because they were happy with that, they told me just to carry on with that dose, 50 milligrams, and they wouldn't be testing me again. And obviously 2 months later, I did fall pregnant and miscarried. And obviously we don't know why, so hubby is worried that maybe, my levels weren't strong enough and that should have been checked. So I have written to him and told him exactly what's gone on, and I've pointed out on there that I have not been monitored. I'm not saying that Clomid had anything to do with it, because I don't know, I'm not medically qualified to say anything like that. It's more that I didn't have my levels checked that worries me. So whether he then offered to start checking them again, I don't know. Like I say, it's been 2 weeks, I think, since I wrote to him. It's been 3 weeks last Friday since the miscarriage, so yeah, about 2 weeks since I wrote to him. And I also wrote to the antenatal hospital, because they'd already sent me my appointments through, and I obviously had to cancel those. I wrote and told them the horrible news, and I've heard back from none of them, so that was great. Not that obviously antenatal can't do anything, they just cancelled the appointments, but I would like to have heard back from my fertility specialist, to be honest. I'm still under his care, so we shall see. I won't hold my breath on that one. So today I have run out of OPKs, like I say. Literally, I mean, God, it was my last one, and it was positive. I don't know, I'd like to believe that was a good sign. So as far as I can tell, so that was 2 days ago, so I possibly should be counting today as one day past ovulation, 1 DPO. But I usually wait until I've tested negative to start counting from then. But going by past experience, today would usually be the day I would test negative. So I've ordered some GP tests, and if they don't come today, I'm just going to count today as 1 day DPO, just to give myself a starting point. What else? Yeah, this Sunday it would be a month, or is a month, since my miscarriage. So that's another. I'm a terrible one for remembering dates and stuff. They stick in my head. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't have the memory like that. I don't have memory for useful things I learnt at school. I just have memory for things that upset me. Right. So I guess there's nothing much else to do. We're doing the deed, as it were, baby dancing. We were doing the every other day, every 2 days sort of thing, up until just before I got the positive, actually, the day before. And from then, we've been baby dancing every night. I've been advised by a friend that, because people tend to stop baby dancing too early, they get the positive OPK, they do it for a couple of days and think that's it. But my friend, quite rightly, is saying you don't know how long after that positive OPK that the egg's been released. And then you've got to allow time for that egg to travel down the tube to meet any swimmers that might be there. So she recommended going 4 or 5 days from the OPK, still baby dancing every night. So we're trying that. How well that's going to work, because hubby's already hurt his back, and nothing to do with me. He's hurt his back again. But we are trying to baby dance every night. I mean, like I said, we have now, today's Tuesday, we did last night, Sunday night, Saturday night, so that's 3 in a row. And then before that it was Thursday. So, and the month I fell pregnant, we were doing a very similar thing every other night, more or less, a couple of days missed here and there. And then I think we baby danced every night, 3 nights, and then that was it. But I don't trust my body anymore, so trying it for a few more days, longer than that, might be wise. And then I guess I just leave it until, well, as long as possible, I suppose. I don't know that I want to test as early as I did last time. I know I'll end up giving in and doing it, but I'd be scared to. And probably won't tell many people if by some miracle we get a BFP. I may come on here and tell you guys, because you guys know what we're going through. But apart from that, maybe a secret for a while. Anyway, good luck to everyone else. You know, I see people getting their positive OPKs left, right and centre. That's brilliant. And just on another note, to Jessica, who's having an awful time again. I'm so upset and angry that this awful experience seems to be happening to you again. I'm praying that it's not. Either way, it's a horrible experience for you to be going through. This worry and this grief and this stress isn't fair. So to Jessica L, thinking of you, babe, and thank you everyone. Yes, again. We'll keep you updated if and when there's anything to update you with. Thank you. Bye.